Hey, what's up, ghouls and gals? Today's video is all about movies that have to do with horror experiences or haunts or just people doing stupid things in spooky places. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, check out all of my links if you'd like to see any more of me or support the channel any further. I wanted to make this video because I, as someone who is a horror lover, as someone whose life literally revolves around horror, I am the most afraid of haunted houses. I am so afraid of the unexpected happening to me in real life, and I am so much more afraid of real people than I am of just watching something through a screen. And like everything I have, I can control here, and I can't control what's happening in a haunted house. You feel? So let me know your thoughts down below. But other than that, there always will be a Letterboxd list linked corresponding to whatever video I make, and this is no exception, so check the links down below. I will stop rambling and get started with this list because we do have a bonus at the end, so stay tuned for that. But let's get started at the back with number 5, and a film called Fear Inc. from 2016. A horror junkie gets to live out his ultimate scary movie fantasy courtesy of Fear Inc., a company that specializes in giving you the fright of your life. But as lines blur between what is and what is not part of the game, Joe's dream come true begins to look more like a nightmare. And this is a great example of like the unpredictability of people. Absolutely horrific. Up next at number 4, we have a film called Extremity from 2018, and this comes to us from the director of Last Shift. A young woman obsessed with horror subjects herself to hours of grueling torment inside an extreme haunt in an attempt to confront her fears and conquer the tragic past that haunts her. And I genuinely do think this was a really great premise for a film. However, I do think the runtime hurts it a little bit. The fact that it does run for what feels like a long time genuinely just it drags, and it kind of loses the effectiveness of the story. And speaking of films that kind of aren't effective, for me at least, but like I always say, we don't yuck anyone's yum around here. So I bet this is a lot of I bet you a lot of you guys love this film, but this is one that I just didn't like. However, I will recommend it regardless. At number 3, Hell House LLC from 2015. 5 years after an unexplained malfunction causes the death of 15 tour goers and staff on the opening night of a Halloween haunted house tour, a documentary crew travels back to the scene of the tragedy to find out what really happened. And we honestly gave this movie a second chance last month, and I just still didn't vibe with it the way that I kind of thought that I would or wanted to. And I kind of want to watch the rest of the series just to see if something clicks or makes sense for me. Let me know your thoughts on Hell House down below. But at number 2, let's talk about a film that actually was very effective, for me at least. I found this film really unsettling, and that is The House's October Built from 2014. 5 friends are stalked by a group of individuals while on the road looking for the ultimate haunted house attraction, and it's the stalking element for me, and another great example of why I find people so unpredictable. And this is seriously like a great example of it. The people that we're watching in this found footage film, they are like, they're stalked in a way where it feels so planned, and it's so scary to watch it unfold. Another one that is effective because it shows real footage of like they went to real haunts for this, and some of them look really fun and like genuinely a good time, but the stalking element of this kind of mixed in with the haunt makes it so scary. Alright, at number 1, we're gonna talk about a documentary, and this is This was my introduction to one of the most grotesque human beings to ever exist. And let's talk about The Haunters, The Art of the Scare from 2017, a documentary about people who sacrifice everything to create the most popular and polarizing haunted houses for Halloween. This does feature Russ McKamey from McKamey Manor, just so that you don't have a jump scare. This shows kind of his, I don't want to say humble beginnings, but before things got, it was still torturous, but not as like disgusting and inhumane as things eventually got. Maybe it was. I don't know. 2017 was like my introduction to that whole situation through this documentary, but disregard that. This documentary has so much heart behind it and to it when you see the people who just love doing silly little haunted houses and immersive haunted houses for the love of Halloween. That is what this is all about, and that is what I love about this. This has some haunted haunts that I would genuinely like want to visit, because it just feels like they're a labor of love, and I love that. I do have a bonus on this list, like I mentioned, and it is another documentary, and another one that I feel like is kind of polarizing. I don't want to say, I don't know. I feel like it's, if you don't know about this or like haven't researched this, I feel like if you just went in cold turkey to the Blackout experiments, you might find it a little jarring. So if you're gonna watch this, I genuinely, I want to like put a warning out there. Perhaps if you are sensitive to like some things, like I am very sensitive to like vomit, so I like to look out for things like that, and I will let you guys know because I am sensitive to things like that. And so just like look out if you want to watch the Blackout experiments, if something might make you feel yucky or not good deep down, you know. So let's talk about that one from 2016, The Blackout Experiments, a documentary following a group of people who discover the ultra scary psychosexual horror experience Blackout and develop an obsession that hijacks their lives and blurs the line between reality and paranoid fantasy. And this just truly has, it feels like it deals with a lot of trauma involved with the haunt, and I don't equate this to like a haunted house or like a Halloween thing. Like this is something people are just kind of seeking, or I don't know if this even exists still, but it was something people were seeking out to kind of heal things that have happened to them. And that is kind of why I wanted to throw in, like, maybe look up the warnings or look up what happens in it before you watch if you're sensitive. But it's an effective documentary, and you do kind of feel like you want to take a shower afterward just because of what these people go through. So if you're in the mood for a bleak doc, this is one for you. But on that note, I'm gonna leave you there. Check out all of my links if you would like to see any more of me or support the channel any further, like I mentioned, and check out the Letterboxd list for this. I have so many lists on Letterboxd that are so rich with so many incredible movies, so I highly recommend you checking those out. I will see you so soon for another video. I think I kind of want to talk about some more movie moments that genuinely fucked me up in my next video, so stay tuned if you're into that. I will see you guys so soon. Sayonara, spooky fam.